PlayStation Premium has been a big sticking point for me, and I've been very vocal about how it needs to do better. From re-releasing games that were already on PlayStation Now to a complete lack of PS1 Classic releases, and to games being added to the service without trophies. There are many issues with PS Premium. But now they have made a big step in the right direction that hopefully will not just be a one-off event. With the release of Pinball Heroes, we now have our very first PSP game with trophy support. This is very exciting, especially when the service is likely to get other classic PSP games later on. I say likely because it's hard to predict what the hell Sony is doing with this damn PS Plus tier service, but they will get it eventually. But did you know that when trophies were first conceived, Sony was planning to include trophies on PSP games as well? The reason that it didn't could be that it was already late in the handheld's life cycle, or the fact that the system had already been hacked through the Pandora battery method. We can only speculate, but it would have been cool to have other games on PSP with platinums. But now it seems we can, and it starts with Pinball Heroes. I haven't mentioned the trophy run yet, because it's easy as heck. You'll see. But let's check out these PlayStation themed tables and get the first PSP Platinum of all time. This is Platinum Hunters, the show where we take a look at everything it takes to get the Platinum trophy and whether it's worth it to achieve it. We have already covered some PS Classic games from the PS Plus Premium tier. We got Ape Escape and Hot Shots Golf already on the channel. Check those guides out if you're looking to get those. And of course, subscribe for more trophy guide videos just like this one, because you might just find your next Platinum trophy. This trophy roadmap is very simple. I mean, it's good old-fashioned pinball with a PlayStation theme. How complicated can it get? First, you just have to play each table once to get acquainted with each one. Then you will go for the high scores posted on each one and beat them. I always loved beating the high score that's on the table because I know the kid is going to come back one day and absolutely lose his mind when he sees that I beat his score. There's a few miscellaneous trophies thrown in for good measure, and that will make up all 20 trophies for the plat. This platinum run could have been one more tier up the difficulty tree, especially with a few stubborn boards, but the rewind feature available to all of these classic games really helps keep this trophy run difficulty down, way down in the narrative category. So there's not much else to say, and we're about to start, but if you need more assistance, I have more helpful guides in the description below to assist you. Alright, let's plunge the ball on all 8 pinball tables and collect 8 trophies on screen right now. Pinball Heroes is definitely old school pinball with a few additional things you wouldn't see on a real life table. However, all of these pinball tables are all based on PS3 era games. Many of them we haven't seen in a long time, and many obscure. We got more recognizable PlayStation properties like Uncharted, Hot Shots Golf, and Motorstorm, but also some obscure ones like Pain and High Velocity Bowling. These tables all feel very thematic and pay careful attention to the IPs they are based on with great detail. Like the Wipeout table is fast with the gravity tracks, the Hot Shots Golf has yard markers and a putting green, and the Fat Princess table allows you to collect the princess's royal guard and all their job roles. The attention to detail is very nice for these tables, although some tables are far better than others. For all 8 of these trophies, you just have to play them to get each trophy, and that's a good way to get familiarized with all of them, because you need to get good scores on them for our next run of trophies. That's 8 trophies down, and here's another 8 on screen now for claiming the first place record score on each table. When you start up the game, each table will already have a preset high score posted on them, and for each of these 8 gold trophies, you will need to beat the score and become number 1. They aren't crazy high scores, but here they are on screen now. All of these skill scores hover around the 60,000 point range, so it's not an incredibly high threshold. However, each table will be different when it comes to scoring points, as there are different multipliers on each table and different ways to score gratuitous amounts of points. By far the easiest tables to beat were the Uncharted, Hot Shots Golf, and Wipeout tables. In fact, I beat the Wipeout table in one play thanks to all the high speed lanes racking up points. These tables are all about finding out how they work, and this will get you more points. For example, if you wait till the green light appears before you plunge the ball on the Mod Nation Racers table, you will collect 5,000 points for each ball, so that's an easy 15,000 points added to your total score. The ones that I found the most difficult are the tables where you have to hit pieces on the board that will open up high scoring zones. This includes the Fat Princess, High Velocity Bowling, and Pain tables. To get multipliers going to score bigger points, you'll have to flip the ball into certain pockets that often take some serious precision to pull off. I found the Fat Princess table to be absolutely miserable in this respect, with all the crap in the way of getting the ball to the back of the table. So one thing you can do is use the rewind feature to either get the shot where you want it or prevent the ball from going out. Practice makes perfect, but I had to play some of these tables many times to figure out how each one ticked, and it also involved using the rewind feature. When all else fails, remember to use the rewind feature to help you brute force the high scores onto the leaderboards. Don't get me wrong, 60,000 isn't unobtainable for these tables, but for some of them I caved and used it. Once you crack the high scores on each table, you will have a total of 16 trophies, and all that's left now is some miscellaneous trophies. The first one comes very naturally as you play. It's the Take the Plunge trophy, awarded to you for plunging the ball 50 times. This is obviously done over time, as you only have 3 balls per game, so every time you put the ball in play, you are contributing to the trophy. However, one thing to note is I don't think this game has a proper save function. There is one built into the premium service, the same way the rewind works, but you have to remember when you do shut the game off to use that save system, or you might have to start from the very beginning again and shoot it 50 times again. Just keep note of that. Same situation with the Chimp flipping trophy, as you'll need to use both flippers at the same time, and 50 times at that. This trophy is making fun of you and the people who just mash the flippers to hit the ball. Hey, sometimes the ball is coming fast and I don't have time to think. So over time, you'll get this trophy also like the other one. But if you are a calm player, you might have to do it on purpose. For this next trophy, I'm not entirely sure what it's asking for, but I ended up getting it without thinking about it. Top Tip Dead Flip is the trophy, and the trophy description says, bounce the ball off the flipper 5 times without flipping. I can't imagine that it's not cumulative, because purposefully not touching the flippers and trying to go for this trophy could be very difficult, and I got this trophy really early. So I assume this one just means either 5 times in one game or maybe 5 times in general. Let me know in the comments what you think it means. But don't fret, you'll get this trophy without thinking. Then our very last trophy of this trophy guide is called Rock the Boat, and it's for getting the tilt warning 10 times. The people at the arcades get mad at this, so don't do it in real life, but in this game you can tilt the table and influence the ball's direction. This is handy and can really save you sometimes. But even this game has its limits, and you can piss the game off if you tilt too much. For the trophy though, you want to piss the game off. Tilt the table till you get the word tilt on screen and you lose all control of your flippers. Once it happens, do it again and again and again till you do it 10 times. This one you'll definitely have to go out of your way to get, but once you have the trophy, that's it for this very brisk platinum run. In this short time, it seems I've mastered the plunge, the flippers, and all the skill shots. Maybe I am a pinball wizard. What's that? Try it on a real table, Mr. Big Shot of the virtual bar? Fuck that! So if you've reminisced about all these PlayStation IPs, many of them long gone, tilted the table with reckless abandon, hit some trick shots, scored some big points, and collected all the trophies, congratulations! You will be awarded the Pinball Wizard Platinum Trophy for Pinball Heroes, the first ever PSP game with trophies. Overall, I kinda wish Resistance Retribution got the honor of being the first PSP game with a Platinum Trophy, but I guess this is fine too. It's a very easy Platinum run, especially if you use the rewind feature, and it won't take you long at all to get the plat. You can do it in maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours tops if you're trying to collect it naturally. I like it because it walks down memory lane with some of the PlayStation IPs that we probably will never see again except Uncharted and maybe Wipeout. I really loved some of these games back in the day, like Fat Princess, and MotorStorm in particular was my first PS3 game. So the game is cool in that respect. I didn't like all the tables in terms of their layout and flow, but that's okay. Thanks Sony San Diego for this game, and I'm really looking forward to more PSP games with trophies. Resistance Retribution, Daxter, Pursuit Force, Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. There are so many games that need to drop on this PS Premium service, and Sony is just fucking it up right now. However, they sorta came through this time, and this game proved it can be done on the trophy side, so cheers to Pinball Heroes for that. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. A short one this week. This game doesn't take very long to do, an hour, 2 hours, depending on if you use the rewind feature. So obviously this trophy guy's not going to be that long, but of course I'll have more big ones coming down the pipeline. So I hope you guys subscribe to the channel for more videos, and of course I hope all your trophy hunting expeditions go incredibly well, and peace out.